In a week, the Gillard government wants to use to stamp its authority on the Parliament. A Labour backbencher has ensured unwanted attention remains on the Labour Party leadership. Graham Perrett has been slapped down by senior colleagues after declaring he'd quit and force a by-election if Julia Gillard was dumped as Prime Minister. It's not the issue Labour wanted to be talking about as it moves towards important votes on its carbon tax and Malaysia asylum seeker deal. Here's political reporter Andrew Green.
Graham Perrett clings to the most marginal Labor seat in Queensland, but he's prepared to pack it all in on principle.
I'm a man of honour. I live by my own moral code. I've broken it once, I won't be doing it again.
The member for Moreton's declaring he'll walk away from politics and force a by-election if Labor dumps another leader.
I believe that I should not switch leaders as happened in the past, because I had nothing but negative comments from the people in Moreton saying they thought I'd betrayed their trust in me.
Senior colleagues get the sentiment, but not the logic.
Graham might like to think about how this dampens leadership speculation. There's no doubt that if that was his objective, then he hasn't achieved it.
Well, I think everyone ought to just calm down. We've got some serious work to be done here.
The polls show just how much work. The latest news poll has Labor enjoying a slight rise in support, but its primary vote is still stuck below 30%, and when converted with preferences, gives the coalition a thumping lead.
I believe this parliament is doing a good job. I believe that Julia Gillard's doing an excellent job as Prime Minister.
It's not a source of joy. They do not deserve to be in government. We need to go to an election, but certainly this carbon tax vote must go to an election.
For thine is the kingdom.
Legislation for the carbon tax will soon be voted on in Parliament.
Clean Energy Bill 2011.
Where the government has the numbers to pass it through the lower house.
We've got to play our part internationally in tackling climate change, and this is a really important way of contributing.
Passage of the carbon tax marks a high point for the minority Gillard government's policy agenda, but after that comes the risk of a thudding fall to earth. Legislation for its Malaysia asylum seeker deal is on shaky ground, and if it's lost, the government will become the first since 1929 to lose a vote on a bill in the lower house. Andrew Green, ABC News, Canberra.